Now let's look at your planter zones. Typically, people have several different kinds of plants, and they might not all require the same amount of water. Again, this may be a learning process for you. Find out what kinds of plants, bushes, and shrubs are on your property and what their watering needs are. Make sure that plants needing very little water are on different watering cycles than those requiring more water. Otherwise, you could kill them both and waste a lot of water in the process. Believe it or not, more plants are killed by overwatering than underwatering. With the water on, check every sprinkler in your planter areas and adjust them to be sure they're reaching the plants they're supposed to reach and not watering sidewalks or driveways. If you have a slope like this one, you have to take extra care to avoid runoff while still keeping your plants properly hydrated. Because of gravity, water runs down the slope often before sinking into the soil. This means your water is being wasted. One good tactic to solve this is to use more frequent, shorter watering cycles on slopes. Each cycle should stop before the water starts to run off, but you can repeat the cycle 3 or 4 times to be sure the soil retains enough water. Keep in mind that wet ground will hold less water, so you might even shorten each subsequent cycle. For example, have the first cycle run for 6 minutes, the second cycle for 5 minutes, and so on. Generally, the best approach for slope landscaping is to use plants that don't need a lot of water. Rosemary, heather, thyme, and even some grasses are drought resistant after they've been established. While you will need to water them when you first plant them, they will need little to no water as they mature. If you have rotating sprinklers on your slope, and this holds true for any grass or planter zones in your yard, adjust the sprinkler ranges so they don't overlap, only meet. The overlapping causes uneven watering, leaving you with uneven growth. Another alternative for slopes is drip irrigation or micro irrigation. These are tubes that slowly drip water through your planter, keeping the soil moist while eliminating runoff and waste. A lawn sprinkler might be rated at 60 gallons per hour, while a drip emitter might put out just 1 gallon per hour. That's a huge savings. You will want to set your drip system on a separate station on your irrigation controller. It's a good solution not only for slopes, but also for narrow or irregular shaped planters. And speaking of tough spots, it's also a good idea to use mulch in your planter beds, especially those in direct sunlight. The mulch will not only feed your plants, but also keep in moisture and save water. While we're here in the backyard, let's take a look at a big water hog, the swimming pool. Without a cover, a pool this size could easily lose 200 to 500 gallons of water every week due to evaporation alone, and that's not accounting for splash out. Over the course of a year, we're talking about tens of thousands of gallons of water that you pay for, and it just evaporates away. Using a pool cover can not only save most of that water loss, but will also save you money in water heating and chemical costs. Remember at the beginning when we checked your water meter to see if you had any leaks? These autofill valves for pools and spas are almost as notorious for leaks as toilet flappers. So if you have them, check the fixtures. Now you've completed your landscape audit. You checked for leaks, you optimized your irrigation controller, you made sure your entire sprinkler system is doing what it's supposed to do. You looked at your grass zones and your planters, and wherever necessary, you made adjustments to ensure you're not wasting water or wasting money. We are finished for now, but landscapes grow and change, and sprinklers get clogged and blocked or fall out of alignment over time. Do this audit at least once a year. You'll be helping your lawn, your plants, your pocketbook, and your community. As much as 70% of all the water you use is soaked up by your landscape. But there are several other ways you can save water and money around the house. Here are some we recommend. When washing your car, use a bucket of water and a quick hose rinse at the end, or take your car to a car wash that reuses the water on site. All full-service car washes in Rancho Cucamonga do this. Use a spray nozzle on your hose that shuts off the flow when you aren't using it. That could save you over 1,000 gallons of water a month. Installing water-saving shower heads or flow restrictors equals another 500 to 800 gallons a month saved. Shorten your showers. Even a 2-minute reduction saves you up to 700 gallons per month. Run only full loads in washing machines and dishwashers. You can save 300 to 800 gallons each month. Using a broom instead of a hose to clean driveways and sidewalks saves another 150 gallons of water. Don't run the faucet continuously when shaving, brushing teeth, peeling vegetables, or washing dishes. When waiting for your running tap water to get hot, capture the water in a watering can and use it on your houseplants. Dispose of peelings and food in the trash can or a compost pile instead of the garbage disposal. This truly is the world's most precious resource.